We're out here. It's the last day. We're getting after it. And something that we're going to be getting after in this interview right now is your business, your factory, your warehouse, your shop. What to do when you are just busting at the seams, hulking out of that space that you got, and there's nowhere else to go but up. My colleague here, Pat, how's it going, brother?
Good, how you doing?
Is going to be giving us the rundown. Let's kick it off with what do you do, what can you do when you're busting at the seams, when you need to do something but you may not be able to expand into a new building.
Yep.
Where do you go but up? I want to talk about vertical automation solutions. I've seen it from my perspective in job shops. What about in the more automation factory-based space?
Yeah, so it's made a big comeback now because now being in a port, anywhere near the ports where you distribute, where you're getting stuff from overseas, you have to really find, there's no vacancy. So it's like a 1% vacancy rate in Southern California. It's insane. So you got to use that vertical space, and a lot of it, you're paying rent for it anyway. So you want to find out, how can I use that vertical space? Big part of it's the real estate. So if you got to build a bigger facility, that's going to cost you more than your labor cost over like a 10-year period. So the metrics are different from a warehouse distribution perspective versus manufacturing, but they still align together because you still have the same issues. But because we're tied to the port and because we have to distribute from this area, it's more cost effective, that vertical space becomes a huge issue. That's kind of where we come in. We can find out, how are you storing, how are you delivering to your customer? If it's a pallet to pallet, it might be one solution. If it's a each's pick, where you break the boxes open, it may be a different solution that we select. We've got a lot of different solutions that we can choose from.
I'm curious if this is something that architectures in the industrial space, or is this something that companies should be looking into when they're starting their business? Because I feel like maybe a lot of businesses aren't even built to begin with to be ready for upward mobility.
Yeah, you should really engage with a company like ours early before you even have the building in mind. Because we want to go use as much vertical space. 40-foot clear is now the new norm. It used to be 32, so 40-foot clear is the new norm. You really want to get to a point where if you can go higher, that's better.
I love talking about new innovations and pushing people to change, but I want to be a little honest, and is there any insight you can give on challenges and real struggles that come with investing in upward automation and vertical automation?
The one thing is there's a big investment. You got to think through it. So it's got to be a strategic move for your company.
It's not something as easy as just buying a robot and setting it down.
Although there are some applications. There's some things that we're carrying, like a high robotic solution where I can just put up static rack, and I could put a robot in, and it could pick up to 32 feet high.
Oh, wow.
So this is something where you can pick totes, and you can have this thing up and running in probably 20 weeks versus a year or year and a half on any bigger system that you would put in together. So we just acquired a software company that we're integrating to the business. Nice. And so we've got a full warehouse management system, warehouse execution system, and a warehouse control system. So that gives us an added layer to help solve these problems, and we can go across technologies and bring them together with our new software partner, our new acquisition. So that's a big thing, and you're right. The software is a huge part of what makes this all work. The mechatronics is great, but if you don't have good, robust software that integrates to your customer's software, it's not going to be successful. You really have to have that good, robust software.
At the end of the day, when you guys are looking to expand, when you're looking to do more, I know a lot of businesses, whether they're mom and pop, small, medium, large, looking for real estate is always the next big step. Sometimes it's a scary jump, but you need to be looking for that. If you're just busting at the seams, you need to get out of there. I'm Jacob Sanchez, your ATX West Coast correspondent. I'll talk to you again soon.